Been taking a minute to actually get to this video, but here I am. Dreadnoughts explained by an Australian, Warhammer 40k lore. So sending out a lot of love to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. If you want to be a part of the Lunar Dynasty, throw down a sub. If you want, you don't have to. But other than that, if you want to send me videos to react to, Twitter, Instagram first, comments last. Other than that, if you want to donate to the channel, those links are down below too, but I will never ask. Yeah, and other than that, let's begin. I've been sitting on this for a while, so my bad. But here we go. I'm gonna get this one out the way too. So heard he's pretty funny, this guy, Major Kill. So let's find out. Oh, quick shout out to Major Kill. If you want me to take down my video, let me know. And yeah, then everything out the way, I think it's time to begin.
G'day guys and gal. As the year comes to a close, it's a good time to reflect. I've made a lot of videos, and sometimes it's getting hard to come up with new interesting ideas. I do it anyway because my livelihood depends on it, but it can be a challenge. Sometimes it's just easy as shit. I've made 2 Dreadnought videos that were an absolute hit, but I've realized that I actually never explained exactly what they are, how they are made, how powerful they are, and what the equivalent is for all the other races and factions. So that's what we're going to do. You might have also noticed the new staff member of Major Kill Proprietary Limited. This plant I got shipped from Katachan. I live in Australia and it's currently summer. There are a lot of flies that keep trying to sneak into my videos for their 30 seconds of fame. I have been absolutely annihilating them with this zapper, but I thought a carnivorous plant would also do the trick, so that's what we're going to go with on. Problem solved. Today we'll be talking about the Dreadnoughts, sharing interesting bits of lore about them that you probably have never heard of. I won't be diving too deep into the famous Dreadnoughts or the many different Dreadnought types, as I've already done that. By the end of this video, you definitely won't want to be inside a Dreadnought, but you will have a newfound appreciation for the ancient disabled boys.
So I actually think that some of you have talked about the Dreadnoughts in the comments, but I don't. Were there Dreadnoughts? I'm trying to remember. I could be remembering completely wrong. Again, 40k lore, a lot to take in. But were there Dreadnoughts in one of the animations I watched? Like that one where they were in the warp, or in that place in the warp where everything was just fucking twisted all over the place? I can't remember, but
let's get into
I may be wrong, so don't quote me.
Where do the Dreadies come from? Like, who had the idea of being like, yo, you know that severely injured Marine who's incredibly disabled and is currently more or less just like a nugget? Yeah, let's stick him in a big ass mecha and send him back to the front lines. Only in death does duty end, baby. You think that they should just like put them out of their misery or be given a retirement pension, but nah, time to fight in even more horrific battles. If it wasn't obvious already, this was probably the Emperor's idea.
Never mind. Now I know where it's from.
The Great Crusade. The process of making a Dreadnought is simple. Give Mars a good wristy, and they'll give you a good Dreadnought. Then when a particularly impressive Marine gets absolutely shut on and suffers permanent crippling injuries, they can be interred in said Dreadnought to continue to fight for the glory of the Emperor. Being put into a Dreadnought is not a particularly fun experience.
It doesn't seem like it.
The Astartes find it quite distressing.
Okay, so sorry to pause again right there, but okay, now I remember what the Dreadnoughts are from. I completely remember. Now I completely remember, so never mind. Don't say it in the comments. I completely remember when I watched that had the Dreadnoughts in it. Never mind.
There was an Ultramarine that ended up in a Dreadie.
Amelius? Amelius?
Then he came in and was like, bro, have you been working out? Your arms are looking huge. The Ultramarine blushed and was suddenly cool about his newfound situation.
Hell no.
That's G-Man for ya. Man as smooth as silk. Hence the Dreadnoughts were on the battlefield very early on in the Great Crusade. Not exactly at the start, because you know it requires someone to have gotten their socks blown off, and that takes a battle or 2. However, the original designs, called the Proto-Dreadnoughts, didn't even require the pilot to be a crispy pouch of popcorn chicken. They didn't even require the pilot to be...
Wait, is there fucking a patch of popcorn chicken?
Astartes. Those designs have since been lost because it's pretty lame and kind of offensive to disabled Astartes that an able-bodied, unenhanced human would basically be able to mock them by using their own wheelchairs. During the Great Crusade, there was a
I like how he wrote this. Oh my fucking goodness, Jesus.
lot more and impressive Dreadnoughts. Sure, there was still the classic Castaferum design, which is that Roblox-looking motherfucker. However, the contextual pattern was quite common.
What? Wait, what? What? Roblox? Oh my gosh. See, I'd be thinking my humor is chaotic. I don't know how he got Roblox out of this. Like, What in Roblox looks like this? I can't fucking remember, but
The Contemptor pattern was quite common during this period. The Contemptor being the superior design
Roblox
because like
looking motherfucker.
actually has some genuine mobility beyond slowly trudging in a straight line.
Yeah.
However, due to the complexity of its creation, as well as the fact that the STC of its creation was lost during the Horus Heresy, these bad boys are rare and can no longer be created from scratch.
Seems like it, and I'm not gonna lie, by the way their legs are attached on, it does really look like they can only move straight. Like, I mean, look at this. The legs, like the legs on, doesn't look like they can pivot too much. It looks like they can maybe turn like, not even like, could they turn like 45 degrees? It looks like these bad boys go straight and back.
Like I mean, I think the Custodians
forward,
can still
backwards.
make them from scratch, but the odds of the
That
Custodians sharing
looks
the
fucking
secrets to the
sick.
Contemptor Dreadnought with the Space Marines is lower than the odds of me becoming the next president of the United States. Hence, the few remaining Contemptors are only fielded in desperate circumstances by the first founding chapters. Little to no successor chapters even have access to these girthy lads. Fortunately, as the chonky Dready design is still available and can be made from scratch, the Dreadnoughts have continued to grace the battlefields of Warhammer 40k for thousands of years, acting as slow-moving tanks with serious firepower. Dreadnoughts are quite versatile despite their bulk, and can field a huge variety of weapons and upgrades. I won't get into all of them because you know they have so many weapons, but just imagine the heavy variant of like everything, like a flamethrower, a minigun, a laser cannon, a plasma cannon.
So a flamethrower is like a flame cannon. A minigun is like a largy gun. A laser cannon is like a blazer cannon, and a plasma cannon. I'm sorry. But now I remember this. So the Dreadnought was also the thing that I confused to be the Titan in the Hell's Reach animation, which so then a fucking Titan is even bigger. So wait, so it's a little bit sounding like no, never mind. But I'll end on that. So the Titan is
launcher,
way
you
bigger.
name it, a Dreadnought can have it. They can also be bulked up with even more armor and missile launchers if you really want to fuck up someone's day. They are noted as being a near unstoppable bulwark, able to hold the line when absolutely no one else could. A Dreadnought can also be modified depending on what kind of Astartes ends up within it. For example, if a Librarian gets cut in half by a Tyranid Carnifex and distract their safety, he can be placed into a Librarian Dreadnought and then can continue to use his psychic powers, except now good luck bisecting him. This type of Dreadnought is very rare, pretty much used exclusively by the Blood Angels. As the Grey Knights are all Psychers and also use Dreadnoughts, they can get their own variant of Psychic Dready called a Doomglaive Dready. Unlike
A
the
fucking
Librarian
Doomglaive? Okay, 1 second. Let me pause real quick. Alright, we continue. Doomglaive, Dready, let me play it a little bit back.
Their own variant of Psychic Dready called
That's
Doomglaive
that
Dready.
is cool though.
Unlike the Librarian Dready, who will step on your balls and then zap them with lightning, a Doomglaive Dready will act more as a support character to his battle brothers, using his psycho powers to help shield them rather than tase the enemy's scrotums. Ironically, getting stuffed into a Dreadnought will actually extend your natural lifespan, as having the body of an Astartes combined with non-stop high-tech life support systems means that you basically cannot age. It's theorized that a space
fuck no, but is that shit painful? Like, that's gotta be fucking painful. That's gotta be painful.
And is functionally immortal, however, will begin to slow down at about the 1,000-year-old mark. Some Chaos Marines are over 10,000 years old and still in their prime, but I wouldn't describe their aging process as natural, so it doesn't count. Dreadnoughts, on the other hand, have no issue living to 10,000 or more years old. Bjorn the Fell-Handed fought side by side with his Primarch, and even the Emperor on occasion, and he's still around in the setting. Not only around, but still kicking massive amounts of ass. Dreadies like Bjorn are called Venerable Dreadnoughts.
Venerable
Dready is a Dready that is very old and has fought in numerous ancient battles. They will generally be the oldest Astartes in their chapter, and they act as the keeper of the chapter's history and lore.
However, that makes sense.
Unfortunate trade-off here. As the Venerable Dreadnoughts are so old, the knowledge on how to properly maintain their chassis has been lost. They also spend a lot of their time sleeping, and the older they are, the harder they are to wake up. So whilst having a Venerable Dreadnought in your chapter is a massive flex, they take up a lot of resources to maintain and wake up. Totally worth it though. Venerable Dreadies are an absolute sight to behold on the battlefield.
They seem
After
like
all, Bjorn the Fell-Handed nearly beat Magnus the Red in a duel. Knowing this, it'll probably come as no surprise that the Venerable Dreadnoughts are actually quite hilarious. They give zero fucks. as their lives are already forfeit and they've experienced the worst the galaxy can throw at them, so they just like to have fun and take the piss. A Death Watch Dreadnought got ambushed by an army of gene stealers, so, you know, he killed them all. The funny part, though, was that he hid in the mountain of their corpses in case any more came so he could ambush them. His comrades found him and they were like, what the fuck? And their gore-covered papa popped out and said, boo.
That is fucking awesome. They lived, seen some shit, and it's basically comedy now. That sounds like the story of my life. But that right there is pretty cool. They're basically like, never mind. What I was gonna say, no. Okay, and it does look like they got some movement. It doesn't even look like they've got fucking heads. I like this one, the design of this one right here.
Another example is when a Dreadnought entered a courtyard with a lot of hidden Dark Eldar, and he basically played hide and seek with them. Like, he literally said, coming, ready or not, before killing them all.
Wow.
That shit.
Yeah.
The greatest of all mankind's dreadnoughts are the Telemon Heavy Dreadnought, exclusively owned and operated by the Custodes. These things are monsters, lightning fast, incredibly well armored, and they have a huge payload of firepower. Only the most celebrated and legendary of Custodes are allowed to be put into one of these upon their mortal wounding, and it's for a good reason. There's only a couple of these in existence, so if the Trader Primarchs ever make it back to Terra, you can bet your ass there'll be one of these boys that has the best chance of putting them down. What about the other factions? What is their version of a Dreadnought? Well, Chaos has a version. No shit, they have a version of nearly everything in the Imperium. As I said earlier, being in a...
I like how he said that because, like, now paying attention to, like, everything going on in Warhammer 40k, I get it. It's true. Like, Chaos basically, of course, no shit, they have their own they have a version of everything. That is fact. I love that.
But being in a Chaos Dreddy is a whole new level of fuck my life. The most common Chaos Dreddy is a Hellbrute, which is what happens when the Dreadnought is corrupted, causing the metal chassis to melt into and melt with the pilot.
That's exactly what it looks like.
Sucks ass for the pilot.
Bet it
leaves
fucking
them in
does.
constant agony. As a result, all Hellbrutes are completely fucking insane. Not every Chaos Dreddy suffers this fate though. Some are able to avoid this and are basically just normal Dreddies, but they serve Chaos. Contemptor Dreddies also follow this pattern. However, as these are incredibly rare, they are saved for only the most special of Chaos characters.
So I'm reading the captions. I know the captions aren't spot on, but did he say contemptive Dreddies? I couldn't really hear it there. I gotta start wearing my headphones again, but I gotta get different headphones. But yeah, so far so cool.
As a fun little note, those mukbang demon word bearers who are placed in a Dreadnought can go demon mode in their Dreddy, turning the entire war machine into a demon, so yeah, that's pretty neat. The Eldar don't have Dreddies, but they do have Wraithguard, Wraithlords, and Wraith Knights that follow similar logic. In Eldar Wraith units, a dead Eldar's Spirit Stone is placed within them, causing them to activate and allows them to continue fighting, even in death. Wraithguards describe the experience as being like in a vivid dream, whilst Wraithlords are completely lucid and are aware of what's going on. The Orcs have their various mechs and warsuits, but due to the nature of Orc technology, there isn't a one-size-fits-all. It could be argued that Ghazghkull walks around in a Dreadnought. After all, I mean, he did get his head cut off. The Necrons have big units, but I haven't seen a Necron shoved into a bigger Necron yet, so not much to compare, whilst the tune is just to create bigger monsters when the need arises. The Tau mechas don't really count because they have a shitload of them, and you don't need to meet the requirement of getting sodomized with a lightsaber before you're eligible to pilot one.
Getting sodomized with a lightsaber. I love that.
Big-ass high-powered mechas are fun, and absolutely nobody can tell me otherwise. That's why literally every faction has their own equivalent variant.
Yeah.
If one day I end up getting my balls blown up, I pray to the God Emperor that the option to be permanently hooked up into a bipedal killing machine is available. Only in death does duty end. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then Patreon is the place to be. Only $1 per month give you access to a boatload of spicy, non-Japanese hentai. Hit the subscribe button.
What? Yeah. Shout out to Major Kill. What the fuck? Okay, I love how he said that quote at the end. The quote. Was it only in death service is done? I'll run it back since we're done with the video.
Your killing machine is available. Only in death does duty end.
Only in death does duty end. Did I nail it? And I love how those motherfuckers are practically immortal. Like they slow down at some point. Wait, no, not them. That was the ones before them. But they live to 10,000 no problem. So service does not end for some good time. It'll feel like a couple lifetime. That's nice to say couple. It'll be some lifetimes.
If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the
all
channel,
right, yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's going on his Patreon, but yeah. All right, much love, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, this was good. This was definitely good. I enjoyed this. I got one more by him. I'm pretty sure. I think it's like a top 10 thing you didn't know. I'll see what the name of it is, but yeah, cool. The Dreadnoughts are cool. Now I know a little bit more. I'm slowly learning more by more. I think the Dreadnoughts right now. See, actually, before I end the video, I think my favorite, they're a unit, right? They're a unit, basically. Like you could basically sell them out. I like how Bjorn is very, very Viking inspired, the name and everything. But I like this unit. Like, I want a fucking mech on my board all the time. Holy shit, like they seem like the coolest now. Well, like when he got to the one that, the ones that live pretty fucking long, to the point where, yeah, this boyo, or maybe this is just a picture of one, but the one he was referring to here, that was fucking dope. Like they kind of seem badass. They definitely do seem badass. Like that's like one of my favorite units in the Warhammer 40k universe now. And I would also like to say, I think I would be not only a follower of Zenich. I'm still gonna say it like that forever. Zenich or Zinch. Zenich, I think Zenich was the way I was saying it. Where is it? The Tau? Was it the Tau player? Where did he show the Tau?
What's going on?
Was it right?
The orcs fits all. It could be argued that Gazkal to compare, whilst the Tyranids just
right here
count because they have a shitload of them, and you don't need to because they have a.
What are they called?
The Tau mechas don't really.
The Tau. I fuck with the Tau. I'm kind of fucking with the Tau. I don't remember if I said that in my video, like Bricky videos, but I kind of fuck with the Tau. I like the Tau. I don't know. I naturally do start easing to the faction that seems like pretty less evil than everything in this universe, and that is a little bit of like, what do you call it, a cop out, a little bit. Because I can't. The elves are fucking horrible. Like the dark elves are fucking horrible. So the other ones I could go with are like the ones that are like trying to preserve knowledge or whatever the fuck they were. The ones that weren't the Dark Eldar. Like I could side with them, but I'm kind of fucking with the Tau. I'm leaning towards the Tau. But yeah, other than that, I know I've heard the stigma behind them and like that they don't really fit the universe, something like that. I remember the things, but I'm messing with them. Okay, video got too long. All right, I'm out. Peace. Much love and light. See you in the next one.